Hi, my name is Caudullo, and before the video starts, I want to quickly mention that my channel is also viewable on dovr.com/channel/Explore TV. Now, DOVR offers an outstanding immersive experience, allowing you to view VR videos in the best available quality. You can share and upload your own VR videos to DOVR streaming platform. Additionally, DOVR is introducing monetization for VR creators, so soon you're going to be able to get paid for every second of your video watched once it's out. Now, DOVR works on all VR headsets, including Oculus Quest 1 and 2, Pimax, HTC Vive, and Valve Index. Now, Pico VR headset is coming soon. All you need to do is download DOVR Player from Steam or the Oculus Store today. Way back when, my first 3D stereoscopic attempt was still images created with 2 cameras. Emboldened by that success, my first 3D stereoscopic video was a pair of cameras without sync that gave you an instant headache. Yes, we all must learn and evolve. Note to all those out there, despite what others may say, you cannot do professional 3D video without fully synced cameras. Anyone trying to tell you otherwise is akin to selling you snake oil to cure all your ailments. I've come a long way in the 30 years that have passed, and along the way I've consulted with many hardware and software companies that were searching for the 3D Holy Grail. I will tell you that Canon coming on board with the Canon R5 and the Canon R5C with the RF 5.2 dual fisheye lens is the most complete system to date. And it's something that 3D lovers are rejoicing all over. We have never had a complete system for shooting 3D VR 180 stills, and with the Canon EOS VR system, we can now shoot rapid 8K raw images at a burst of 20 frames per second. And with the Canon R5C, we have the ability to shoot super smooth 60 frame per second 8K VR raw video in the camera. So now let's talk about the elephant in the room, so to speak. The heat issue with the R5. The Canon R5 is not an especially new camera. It was originally released in July 2020. The overheating issue has always been there, but when the RF 5.2mm dual fisheye lens was released, the issue reached a boiling point for many of us hungry for the VR 180 powerhouse. The issue isn't as bad when you're shooting at a lower resolution, but I experienced it even while shooting those wonderful 20 frame per second bursts of still images. Likewise, the concern is less if you're recording in the HEVC format, but none of the homemade fixes have solved the problem. Tilta even came out with a heatsink / fan add-on that kinda sorta works, but not really. So, along comes what may be the perfect storm, the R5C. It offers us compatibility with the RF 5.2mm dual fisheye lens and fixes the overheat conundrum and gives us that fabulous 60 frame per second video. Why, you ask, is 60 frames per second better? At recording speeds lower than 60 frames per second, some videos, especially those with motions, could cause VR watchers to feel ill. 60 frames per second solves that. Although as we progress, 90 frames per second would even be better. But for now, VR headsets are not geared for 90 frames per second video. I'm not talking about VR games, which are already higher than 90 frames per second. But we still get that amazing 20 frame per second still image burst and the ability to adjust the shutter speed. Nothing illustrates that better than these images of the beautiful flowing water at the Klong Lan National Park in Thailand. Now this image is shot at ISO 1600 f32 1/5000th of a second, and it's a textbook illustration of freezing the water. You easily see the droplets as they splash against the rocks. Contrast that with this image, shot at ISO 100 f4 and 1/200th of a second, and it slows the water down to create more of a flowing effect. Now, let's really slow it down with this image. It takes the settings to ISO 100, f8, and 1/50th of a second. Now you can really see the blurred movement of the water as it runs its path. Until now, VR180 disciples didn't have these options, and I, for one, am thrilled. It opens up the artist palette to a whole new spectrum. In the past, if I wanted stills, I would have to pull a screenshot from the video timeline. Mostly it worked, but it did not afford me the opportunity to create a truly special shot by being able to adjust and get the look I wanted from the still. If you really love the R5, but you also love shooting 8K RAW, then the Atomos Ninja 5 Plus offers the one sure alternative. By connecting to the HDMI out from the R5, you can record 8K ProRes RAW all day long, or at least until you have to change out hard drives or battery. It works flawlessly and gives you many other advantages. Even if RAW isn't your preferred format, the ability to record HEVC 422 10-bit to your Atomos Ninja 5 Plus is a fantastic advantage. So now, let's look at each camera for what they have in common and what is very different. To begin with, the R5C is not just an R5 with a fan. Yes, the R5C has a cooling fan, which is common on most cinema-grade EOS cameras. It has the option of always being on or be put in auto mode. Now in auto mode, the fan turns on and off as needed for keeping the camera cool. So yes, you can turn it off while you're recording if you want to. On the downside, the R5C does not have in-body stabilization. But then again, it doesn't have it with the R5 either for the VR180 lens. So if you're a VR shooter, that absolutely makes no difference.
Here we go again.
I demand more!